Hey there, bookworms and film buffs, it's Chris.
And Macho here. Just wanted to let you know that the show is now available on Spotify for your enjoyment whenever.
But don't worry, the Barely Literate Book and Movie Club will still be live on Twitch for you to join and interact with us.
Thank you again for listening, and we hope you enjoy the episode.
Wait. How do you pronounce that?
Dude, I don't know.
Alright, well, now that we've gotten 2 minutes, it's hot in here, fucking hold on. Did you hear the beep?
I heard the beep.
It didn't work. Yeah, it did. Okay. Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlefish, boys and ghouls. I like that one better.
Bitches, bros, and non-binary hoes.
Bienvenue, power bottoms. I can't take that. That's Game Grumps, and it's fucking hilarious.
Mine was from kind of, I don't know.
What?
Mine was from some kind of trying to think of the
I remember
the word for it.
YouTube video.
It was like a YouTube video, but it was like, this anime.
An anime.
It starts with an A. It starts with an A. The word I'm thinking of. Abridged. Yeah, there it is.
Anywho, we are back again with another episode of Barely Literate. I think this is episode 4? I think yes.
I think it's episode 5.
No, it's not episode. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 4. Okay. I have to count with my fingers. I'm a child. I'm an adult. What?
I was reading the chapter numbers, and I was like, no.
Oh wait, all we had to do is just do 8 divided by 2.
Yep, we're stupid.
Yeah, no, that goes into the whole thing. Mm-hmm. We're just fucking dumb. Anywho, welcome back. We're gonna do chapters 7 and 8 of The Hobbit. Man,
can I be real with you?
What's up?
I didn't think we would get this far.
Are you serious? You piece of shit?
No. I'm like half serious. I'm like half of me is like, damn, we're like at chapter 8. We're almost done with the book, low key. We're halfway through.
Yeah, we're about halfway through the book right now.
Get this far?
Yeah, it's crazy. It kind of just went. I think us taking it 2 chapters at a time per week has made it just fly.
Yeah,
because we're in the middle of the book.
We were planning on doing 1 chapter a week. You know how long that would take?
That would take a decently long time. I think we'll finish the book by the first week of March.
Probably.
Yeah.
We have no more. I mean, we haven't had many slowdowns.
The only delay we had was because I made plans on that one Monday and you had internet issues.
It's true, and we just had to delay it by a day.
Not even. So I think we're well on our way to finishing by March. Before we get, dive into the shallow water. Probably shouldn't do that because you'll snap your neck. But I wanted to face the fact that we have been majorly neglecting half of this club.
Yeah.
So much so that I had to make a post basically reminding people that we are a book and movie club.
Yeah, we added that movie club pretty last minute too, so that's why we keep forgetting.
Well, the whole thing originally was a book club for the 2 of us. We've gone, into this pretty extensively, but if you haven't heard, the whole thing was, should we read The Hobbit after we binge watch all the Lord of the Rings movies in a weekend? And then we're like, let's make a book club. Nah, let's make a book club for multiple people. Nah, let's stream the book club. And then we're
stream the book club. And then what was it? A week before our first episode, you're like, can we make it a movie club too? Because we were thinking of the name. And then you were like, I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, because we watch much more. We watch more movies than we read.
Yeah, well, you watch more movies. I watch more TV shows.
I don't watch TV at all. Well, no, that's a lie. I watch TV 10% of the time.
I've had Brooklyn Nine-Nine on for the past 3 weeks, and I'm pretty sure I could recite every episode word for word, bar for bar, and still laugh at the punchline.
I think I'm on my 9th rerun of Bob's Burgers. I started it immediately. Like, I saw the most recent episode. I was like, fuck it, episode 1. I don't think I even like breathed before I clicked the next button.
Yeah, that's me with Archer. There's like a specific episode where I know to go all the way back to season 2 because season 1 is a little bit.
It's always season 1
at this point.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. So
yes, go for it.
Movies we've watched this week.
Okay, go for it.
Movie for me.
Well, I think I've seen. Let me pull it up. You go first.
Yeah. How many movies have you watched this week? So this week I watched. I was going through Netflix and I decided to check out this one called The Highwaymen, which is about the Texas Rangers, the retired Texas Rangers, who tracked down and killed Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes.
I'll give it a 6. It was a good movie. Kind of boring at parts. I feel like
very forgettable.
Yeah, very forgettable. Also, was it Woody Harrelson? And what's that guy's
always
name?
Get Russell Crowe mixed up with this guy. It's not. It's Kurt Russell.
Something.
Not Kurt Russell. No, I'm sorry.
It's like Kevin
Costner.
Kevin Costner. So, I don't think they had great chemistry. Honestly, I'll say that.
Kevin Costner always ends up playing like a gruffy character. So I think that might be just him.
And also the special effects were cool. There was this one of this like dead cop with his brains blown out because of Bonnie. But when Bonnie and Clyde actually got shot up, I couldn't tell if the bullet wounds on their like faces, because they got like lit up. I couldn't tell if the bullet wounds were CGI or practical, and either way it looked kind of bad.
And which is odd that they kind of went whatever route they decided to go to, because the basic, for lack of a better word, assassination of Bonnie and Clyde is like the climax of the movie. That's where the story ends for Bonnie and Clyde. So you kind of need to get that shit sorted out.
Right. And yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It was all right. There was this part that I was just like, all right, that's kind of campy, because it was Kevin Costner's like character laying out a suit he was going to wear for the next day when they do the big like bust.
I vaguely remember that. He like puts it on the bed and he's like, I don't know if I could do this. Yeah,
and it's like he had some kind of character arc, which I was like, okay, that was kind of lazy.
I don't remember the character arc. That's the problem.
Yeah, he laid out his suit like it was like his final super suit for the final battle, and I was just like, you're about to just kill some criminals. That's about it.
That vaguely reminds me, this is not a super well-known movie, but it's a very fun movie if you ever get the chance to watch it. It's one of those movies where it's on streaming services every now and then. Bless you. You didn't sneeze, you coughed, but I'm still going to say it. It's called Stand Up Guys. And it's with Alan Arkin, RIP, Al Pacino, and Christopher Walken. And basically, the movie is like retired gangster. His buddy that took the dive, went to prison, is now getting out. So they're like reuniting after 30 years. Their old, mob boss is like, that fucker killed my kid. You need to kill him. The day he gets out of prison, he goes, I want him dead. And he's like, oh shit. Because he doesn't know that. And then he realizes, oh, that's fucked up. He's making me serve my entire sentence and then kills me. So the scene that I'm referencing is probably in the last like 15, 20 minutes of the movie. Christopher Walken is charged to kill Al Pacino, and they go and they buy a new suit for him because he wants to die in a new suit. So that like reminds me of that.
It's just, the movie was pretty forgettable, and the character arc was just kind of lazy.
Yeah.
On my end. It's just, but anyway.
So
that was the movie I watched this week.
For me, for the listeners, I keep a diary of movies because I'm insane. And
he's a huge film buff.
No, I'm not, dude. I don't even like popcorn. It's in my veins.
I got popcorn butter in my
I
veins.
got butter for sweat and kernels in my pee hole. Okay. I've watched since the 20th, which is a week past from today. I've watched 5 movies. I watched, actually, one of them was in theaters. I watched Free State of Jones, which came out in 2016. That's with Matthew McConaughey, and basically he plays a Confederate deserter in the American Civil War, and kind of just like brings other like anti-Confederate, freed slaves, people who are like fuck the housing shit and taxation. Kind of just does that. It's a Civil War movie, pretty good. I watched The Thing, 1982, the original one. Holy shit, that's a great movie. If you haven't seen The Thing, it's probably one of the most well-known, well-received classic, like not classic like the 1930s horror movies, but just monster movies, which is pretty much the inspiration for Among Us, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And then I watched next are the Happy Time Murders, which was a pleasant surprise on my movie watch because it's the Muppets basically rated R.
Is that? Oh, I was gonna say because that sounds like a documentary for Loki.
Nope. I watched a puppet fuck Nick
Oh.
and make porn, and their cocaine is sugar.
Ew.
And the real kicker that I love is it's actually by the Henson Company.
But like the Muppets themselves?
Yep. It is a offshoot of the Henson Company called Henson Alternative. And the only thing under their belt is this movie.
That's weird.
It's fucking great. Then the second to last movie, I saw Paddington. Awesome. I really wanted to see the new one. I hear Paddington 2 is like legitimately an amazing movie, so I watched the first one. And then coming to an end, yesterday, I went to see the Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring extended edition in theaters. And my God, it's a long ass movie.
Yeah, was that like 4 hours?
I thought it was 4 hours. It was 3:40. I was pleasantly surprised with how short the ending was. Because I was like, thank God. But with that, I think that so the highest rated movie out of that list is actually tied between Paddington and The Thing.
Like on your rating?
Yeah, on my Letterboxd. So for those of you who don't know, Letterboxd does a 5-star rating and not like out of 10. I put 4 out of 5 stars for both, which equates to an 8 out of 10. Yes, Nick.
Sorry.
I don't know what you're doing.
I'm like doing some setup.
What are you doing? We're 15 minutes in.
I know.
Did you just start streaming?
No. I was making the story thing. And then,
okay. I got you.
And then now I'm like putting some like quick little background music.
Oh my God! All right, so I'll take the the fucking transition. Before we get started, for those who are watching on my side, we wanted to introduce a new character into the mix. Not really new. He is in our logo. It's Henry the Skeleton. You can see him sitting over here on the left-hand side of the screen. And yeah, that is our little skeleton buddy. And
just wait till we get his dad in the mix.
Dude, his dad, man, let me just say, completely unique design, looks nothing like you've ever seen it before.
Nope. Not any kind of famous wizard you've ever heard
No.
of.
Merlin, what? Gandalf, who? Saruman? Drip. Anywho,
Dumbledore? Get out of here.
Dumbledore, more like Dumbledore, go fuck yourself. All right.
So should we get straight into chapter 7?
Yeah, we'll get straight into chapter 7. So, a little brief synopsis of chapter 7. After escaping the goblins, Gandalf leads the wizards. What is wrong with me? I wrote dwarves as wizards. What the fuck? Let me restart that. Oh my god. Okay. After escaping the goblins. I can't. Hold on. I will slap myself. After escaping the goblins, Gandalf leads the dwarves to Beorn, a skin changer. That sounds a little racist. I'm just going to say that one right there.
Skin changer?
Yeah.
Goddamn Skinner, you know?
Jesus.
That's too much?
A little tad bit, but that proves the point.
Yeah.
A skin changer who initially distrusts them. Gandalf's thrilling tale of their escape wins Beorn's sympathy, fucking barely literate, and he hosts them for supper. He warns them about the dangers of Mirkwood, particularly its enchanted stream. Mirkwood is like a dark forest that's about maybe a day's half trip from them. Gandalf then leaves the next morning to investigate a bear gathering. Okay? He's going to a bear orgy. I didn't realize that was why he was leaving, now that I think about it. Okay?
No, it wasn't a bear orgy. It was like...
No, it wasn't a bear orgy, but I didn't realize he was leaving to go check out, like, bears.
Yeah, no, I think the bears were his posse that he was bringing along. Just check out the area.
Okay. And Beorn confirms the dwarf's story and reveals his encounter with goblins. Grateful for their shared enemy, Beorn equips them for their journey through Mirkwood, emphasizing the importance of staying on path. On the 4th day, at the edge of Mirkwood, Gandalf departs, once again urging them to stay on the path. Okay, I got a little gripe with Gandalf, I'm not gonna lie. He keeps fucking leaving!
Alright, I'll defend him here. Okay, because he did tell the dwarves, he's like, hey, I'm not, like, planning on being with you your entire adventure, you know? And they knew that, but they were hoping that he would change his mind and stay along. Now, I'll give him this too. He gave him a heads up that he's like, I'm a dip. All right, I'm not just gonna disappear out of nowhere. I'm gonna dip out. I'm gonna set you guys up. All right. The dwarves have been relying on Gandalf this entire time.
This is true.
Rely on themselves.
This is true. They have been relying on the old homie a little too much, and he can't say they're dwarves. They're supposed to be like battle-hardened little dudes. They're not doing shit.
They keep getting slapped. Also, Gandalf had like a quote in here that I like absolutely loved. It was when he was bidding farewell to the eagles, and he goes, "May the wind under your wings bear you where the sun sails and the moon walks."
Okay,
I was like, "That's far."
So, since I'm gonna talk to you about something similar, I was on LinkedIn the other day. I just got a notification. And I decided, all right, what's the TL looking like? Somebody said something eerily similar, where it was like, "May the wind guide you and the sun look upon your shoulders," or some shit. And I'm like, did this fucker just quote The Hobbit on LinkedIn? And I looked it up. That's a real saying. That is like really? That's like an Irish goodbye, apparently. That's like a thing.
Dude, I'm gonna start using this one when I want to leave parties. I'll just write it on their bathroom mirror and lipstick and just dip.
That's so ominous. My God.
Also, I remember I think I remember our last episode we were talking about no, I don't think it was our last episode, the episode before that, because I found out you told me that there were 3 Hobbit movies. I thought there was 1, and I looked up the title names, and there was one called, The Hobbit Battle of the Five Armies. I was like, when's that gonna come in? Because I read through all the like chapter things, and it mentioned nothing about that kind of story happening.
I noticed that, and I was just like, yo, Tolkien just teased the fuck out of his own book, because he references the Battle of the Five Armies, and then in quotes says, "We aren't going to talk about that yet, saving that juicy little story for the end of the book, so you have to keep reading," type shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, why would he do that?
Why are you just like cock teasing your own readers? Give us the past.
It was completely unnecessary. I just sat there like, did he just tease like a big final battle and just said like, but you can't nobody.
Not yet, bitch. Well, you gave us a table of context, so or contents or whatever the fuck. But I wanted to note that at the beginning of the chapter, it says that basically Bilbo woke up and he was just pissed off that he wasn't already at home with like a full breakfast of like bacon and eggs and shit like that and toast. And instead he woke up having to eat cold mutton and rabbit. Honestly, I'm not going to argue with the little guy because like if I woke up and the only thing that I had to eat was just cold meat sitting out for the entire, no refrigeration, it's just been out the entire night, I'd be a little pissed off.
I think I'd stab somebody. Like, are you kidding me? Something like that?
I don't know. It's crazy.
There's no guns in Middle Earth.
So I did want to bring up this other point because you mentioned the eagles. Bilbo and the gang said that they're to be like riding the eagles, basically like horses. So that kind of leads me into this. Would you rather fly on an eagle or fly on a dragon? Like get Yankee shit.
I'm gonna have to. This is a toughie because I don't like reptiles, and I get a little bit freaked out by birds.
This is a big bird too. This isn't like because eagles are big in general. Their wingspan's like what, 6 feet. This bird's like a bus.
I'm gonna go with the bird because I always thought about like riding a dragon must be super uncomfortable because they're scaly and they're spiky.
Saddle.
I know there's a saddle, but like I don't know. I feel like there's less. Because what if it's like a bumpy ride and you stab yourself on one of the little spines?
So now here's the question: would you rather saddle a dragon or bareback a fucking eagle?
I'd bareback the eagle. Sounds really bad.
I don't think we should say bareback.
No, we shouldn't.
So yeah, I don't know. I think I'd rather just walk.
You just look at the options. You're just like, I'm gonna just walk.
I think I'm gonna hoof it. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god.
Oh. Well, would you say it's a controversial take that I think it's a good thing that Gandalf's like dipping out?
I don't know, because like he's done this multiple times. He's basically dropped the kids off at the pool, said deuces, and was like, hey man, literally I'm just gonna set you on this whole adventure for Bilbo. And I was like, I got other shit to do. I'm gonna see you guys later. You know what? You're good, right? You have no weapons. You lost all your food. You're good. All right, we're good.
So what do you think? What do you think the more pressing business that Gandalf has that he mentioned he has to handle?
I don't know. That's the fucking thing. I don't know.
I feel like it has something to do with Saruman.
Really?
Because he's in that like club of wizards, and this is way before Lord of the Rings, so he doesn't know that Saruman's evil yet.
I don't think Saruman is evil. I think he just turned because of Sauron. Well, no, Sauron was like 3,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So do you think he's like been helping Sauron like a little bit?
Yeah, on the low, because remember he had to build that tower.
I think that was just his tower because Gandalf wasn't like surprised by the tower.
Well, turns out that I found this out in an Instagram comment that the reason that like
we're trusting
Sauron
Instagram comments now.
Yeah, well, this is under a Lord of the Rings post or meme, and it was like the reason that Bilbo doesn't get like spotted or like he's not in danger whenever he uses the ring is because Sauron's tower isn't up yet.
The eye isn't built.
Yeah,
interesting.
So that's why Frodo keeps getting spotted whenever he uses it because Sauron can see him immediately.
So Saruman built the Eye of Sauron.
Yeah, that's my theory.
That's your headcanon. Okay. I don't know, man. He could have been talking to Saruman, but I kind of like how the dwarves basically tried to bribe Gandalf with the treasure from the Misty Mountain, And
Yeah.
Gandalf has the balls to go like, why are you trying to bribe me? Bitch, I've already earned my take anyway.
And a little bit extra too. That's what
He shut that shit down. He was like, you're bribing me with something that I'm already going to get.
Yeah. And like I already deserved, so you get out of here.
And you know
But
what?
like, you know,
He does, because he saved
yeah,
their ass multiple times.
like 3 times, and it wasn't even halfway through the book yet. But like, you know, my reasoning was when I read that, I was like, you know what? Good for Gandalf, because the tutorial's over. They gotta play the game now. Like, and look what happens in chapter 8 after he dips out. So we're gonna get to that.
Foreshadowing.
I'm pulling a Tolkien here,
Yeah, we're
but we
pulling
can't
a
talk about
Tolkien
that right now.
but we can't talk about that right now. You have to keep listening. Oh, I get it now. Guys, keep listening.
You get the
There's more to come if you keep listening.
yeah, guys, don't leave yet.
Wait, it gets better.
You got some juicy details.
The show gets better,
So,
I promise.
if you look at my stream right now, I have this like illustration of Beorn up, and low key, dude, if you hit the gym like crazy, like if you did steroids and stuff and kept your hair long, he kind of looks like you.
Really?
I think so.
I can't.
I'll let me screen cap it and then I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Speaking of the pictures, I did want to note one thing that kind of pissed me off, and oh god, he does. See, if I wasn't a fucking disgusting monster, yeah, yeah,
honestly, just pump steroids. You'll get there.
See, the thing is with steroids, you still got to work out. Otherwise, you just get titties.
That's true.
So, regarding pictures, one thing that really bothered the shit out of me was Tolkien's placement of the picture for this chapter.
I got really annoyed about that.
Okay, so for people who either have read the book and didn't have the illustrations edition, or just haven't read the book, in this chapter, it starts off with like discussing the Eagles, basically the ending of that whole thing, because chapter 6 was really the Eagles, but it was like the ending of the Eagles here because they drop them off, and then they go to this guy Beorn, who is like a shapeshifter bear dude, and when Tolkien gradually navigates from the Eagles to already talking about like being in this guy's property, he throws a picture of the fucking eagle up.
Yeah, they are on the way to Beorn's. It's way past
the Eagles are done.
Yeah. like, I was like, you know, I looked at the picture. I was like, this is beautiful, but it's way too late for this.
It is. It's like, okay, granted, it's not that long of a page difference. It was like maybe 2 pages from when they were discussing the Eagles, but
yeah,
the shit had already happened. If you are, I do this at my job where I have to put pictures and reference and navigate sometimes. You need to do it when you're discussing it.
Right, like a better picture would have been them on the trail on their way to Beorn's with the Eyrie in the background.
Or just fucking put the picture 2 pages back.
Yeah.
Literally. Well, I actually, you know what? I like that idea more of what you said, because that's more. It's kind of bothering me now that the pictures aren't giving me shit.
Yeah, this because I won't lie to you, dude. I just read chapter 8 earlier. So
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I didn't prepare at all for this test. I didn't study. I started the class yesterday.
So, but it's funny though. I'm gonna move on from the illustration because it's just like annoying.
It is,
but like I don't think it's too much to like get too worked up.
No, I'm
but
annoyed.
Yeah, when they were talking about Beorn, they're like, oh, he's a skin changer. He turns into a bear. I was like, sick. And then they're like, oh yeah, he doesn't eat meat. Like he has he has all these cattle and stuff that he doesn't eat. He doesn't hunt or kill wild animals, or hunt and eat wild animals. And then he has pastures of big beehives with fierce bees. And I just wrote down, I was like, Chris would love this guy.
So I noted that too. I was like, verbatim. Oh my god, I love Beorn. He shapeshifts, might even be one, into a bear, eats honey and cream, and has pastures full of huge bees. This guy is a fucking G, and I love him. And the picture that I have of him is like Paul Bunyan. I'm like, this is my guy, man.
Like, he's awesome, dude. Especially when because they're talking about him, and they're like, yeah, like, we gotta be careful because he gets mad really easily. And like,
that's me.
I was like, yeah, that's kind of like Chris. He's, a little bit of a temper, but
I don't have a temper. I just don't have the patience for stupid shit. That's a temper.
But it was interesting because they said that that there was a theory that Gandalf threw out there, because apparently Gandalf has a cousin.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but yeah, he's just like, I got a cousin. The name is
Radagast.
Crazy. What is his name?
Radagast. That's his cousin's name.
Radagast?
Yeah. Rad.
Oh god. Rad. Oh shit, I left the gas on. Now I gotta go check the stove now. Shit.
So his cousin's name is Radagast. And Radagast knows, like, Beorn. He's met him before. And so I think it was Radagast that told Gandalf that he's like, oh, I've seen Beorn sitting on this Karak, looking out at the Misty Mountains, which makes me think that he used to live in the Misty Mountains, but got pushed out because of the goblin.
Interesting.
So the goblins haven't always been there. It was actually Beorn that inhabited there, and then the goblins came in, and he kind of I don't think he wanted to get discovered, so he kind of like migrated over to his Karak.
I like this headcanon.
Yeah.
I like this headcanon a lot.
Yeah, that's what Radagast told Gandalf, and that was their theory, because it wasn't confirmed yet.
Oh, it was in the book.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were making this up, and I was like, this is okay. I can see this. I forgot. I read chapter 7 like a week ago. I was like, okay, Nick. All right.
So, yeah.
So I want to go. You go, because the thing that I have to mention is completely different, and it's funny and also fucking. This is like, wow, really, Gandalf?
Okay, no, you go for it, because I got nothing else.
Okay,
I don't know why I keep going.
Gandalf, and we're gonna talk a little bit about Thorin as well here. Man, they constantly ream Bomber about being the fattest dwarf, and it's like not subtle at all. He just basically calls him. Okay, a little bit of reference. When they walk into Beorn's place, Gandalf was like, Bilbo's gonna come with me. When I whistle every 5 minutes, and this is something else that I have to mention along with this. Every 5 minutes, 2 dwarves side by side are gonna come in, so they basically don't overwhelm Beorn with like a bunch of people. The last thing he says, yeah, there's 15 people just coming in. If 15 people came into your house right now, I would trip shit.
Oh yeah, I'm getting a knife. Like, get out of my house.
So the last thing Gandalf says before leaving is, "Oh, Bomber, you'll come last because you're fat enough for 2 dwarves." Oh my god, man! And he's like, "What the fuck?" So
can I read the full quote?
Okay, did you write it down? Oh my god. Okay, so Nick, I almost called you Macho. Oh my god, Nick.
Call me Macho.
Nick is gonna read the full fucking quote of Gandalf just insulting the shit out of Bomber.
It says, "Bomber is the fattest, and he will do for 2. He had better come alone and last."
Oh my god. Oh, newsflash, he fucking doesn't. The 2 before him. Oh. He's like, I didn't want to be there alone. I'm always last. I'm coming with you guys.
And he's like pissed. He's like, I didn't want to wait.
So,
and you know what? I'm with him on that.
No, for real. I don't want to be last, man. But that does bring me to, like, if you trail back a little bit, when Gandalf whistles to the dwarves when he was talking to Beorn, I bet you he thought he was so fucking hilarious the way he did it. Because every single time he mentioned, oh, there were two of us. Okay. Oh, I meant six. Six? You said two before. Oh, six? I meant eight. Oh, 12? And he goes, I've never heard somebody call a few people 12. Oh, really? There's fucking 15 of us. And I bet you he was laughing the whole fucking time.
Oh yeah, so that's what it like. When I was reading that, I was getting pissed off for Beorn because
Right?
imagine you're sitting there, this like little tweaker is like telling you a story, and he's got his little friend there. He goes, yeah, you know, it was the three of us, you know, and then you're like, three? There's only two of you here. He's like, one second, you know,
He's like,
and two more coming around. Is like, that's five, and he's like, but wait, there's more, and then like two more coming around, and he goes, and then he's like, oh yeah, we were on top of this tree, all 12 of us. There's only six of you here, and then he's like, one more. More, and then the last two come in, and the fattest one comes in right behind him. He's like, hey, don't forget about me.
He's like, I don't like to be left alone. It's like a fat kid at Kmart.
Like Beorn was sitting there trying to listen to the story, and he just kept like coming in with contradictions, and he's just like, "What are you guys even on right now?"
Because like Gandalf's whole thing was that the interruptions and the increasing number of dwarves were gonna like pique Bjorn's interest because he keeps interrupting. I'm like, oh my god, tell me the story, tell me the story. And he goes, wait, there's more. Tell me. And he's like, it worked, I guess.
You know, it did work. But like I was kind of rooting Beorn to just like go Hulk because when, every time like the dwarves came in, they were like, you know, like, oh, Killian Philly at your service. He goes, I don't need your service. I'll ask for your service. I was like,
such
okay,
a fucking
yeah,
G. He's such a G.
And then the next two come in. They're like, oh, we're Oin and Gloin. He goes, nice. I don't need your service. Before they can even say anything, they're like, oh, okay.
And then like the last ones, they don't even say their names. He's like, Jesus, just come in.
Yeah, he said, sit down and shut up.
It's like when you come in late to class and the teacher's just had enough of your ish.
Sit your ass down. All right, we're not going to even talk about this.
All right, we're doing fractions, okay?
We're doing fractions.
So, one last thing I want to mention before we kind of tie into chapter 8, unless you got some more things to talk about, is just casually mentioning that Beorn commits war crimes like it's nobody's business. Did you catch that?
I did not catch that.
There was a little detail about Beorn's house where they talk about him murdering a goblin and a warg, dismembering their bodies, and then putting them on display for Bilbo to see.
Hey man, there's no Geneva Convention in Middle Earth. Anything goes.
You know what? I cannot argue with that.
No, right. But there's little details that they threw in here that I really liked. Now, one thing is when they were describing, Jesus Christ,
my head is so itchy.
When they were describing Beorn's house, the first thing that came to mind was like, I have to make this house in Valheim because I heard thatch roof. He's got all these animals. That's kind of like my playthrough of Valheim right now. I got like a bunch of boars.
When's the last time you played Valheim?
I could probably check in a second.
Oh god.
But let's see. Valheim. November.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. But like I looked up Beorn's house just to get the image up, and I scrolled down and I just see like Beorn's house recreated in Valheim and r/Valheim subreddit.
Did somebody really recreate it?
Already, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how recreated it is, but like it looks sick, and I'm like, I gotta make that. But it's the small things that I really like them adding in, like when they were having the feast.
Yeah, you're talking about the smoke in the roof.
The smoke in the roof, going straight into that little opening that he had there.
Yeah,
and then also, like the fact that Bilbo mentioned that their goblets were filled with mead, because that would obviously be his alcohol choice since it's honey wine.
Yeah.
Right? Like I was like, okay, I know that attention to detail right there.
Dude,
I
attention
really
to
like
detail
that.
is everything to people that actually care.
Right. Like and but after their feast, like they're trying to sleep, but Bilbo hears all these bears outside, and he's kind of worried. And in my head, I was thinking, oh, maybe he thinks that Bjorn's like a werebear kind of thing. He doesn't have control when he's in his bear form, and maybe he'll try to like eat them, and that's why he's staying inside because Bjorn will tell him to stay
Interesting.
in, right? And
Okay.
come to find out that all the bear noises outside was Bjorn's posse,
Just chilling.
right? Yeah. Well, what they were actually doing was they were like backtracking and retracing Gandalf's steps to validate his story to see like if it was right because
That's
he's like, oh, this is a nice tale,
right.
right? He's like, this is a nice tale, but let's check if this actually happened.
I
And he
forgot about
went back,
that.
and that's where he got the goblin and the warg head because he found them when they were patrolling.
I really like that character trait of like, oh, I accept you guys. Your shit's believable. But at night, while they're all asleep, he and his guys are going to go and actually validate to make sure this is legit.
Oh yeah, we're like time to fact check.
Literally. And I'm just like, it kind of makes the whole like fantasy character arc type situation a little more believable.
Yeah. So after they talk to like Gandalf and them, or they're like, oh yeah, your story like really checked out, so I'm gonna actually help you guys all the way. That really like that him validating that story really helped out the party,
Yeah, for real.
'Cause when he found out that was all true, he's like, now that I know you guys are an enemy of the goblins, I'm gonna help you out all the way. Here's some ponies, here's like water bags, here's a bunch of food to like carry you all the way to Mirkwood. And he's like when you get to the gates of Mirkwood, send my ponies back. I don't want them going in.
Yeah.
He thinks of his animals as his own kids too, so and he can like understand and talk to them, which I thought was really cool. Remember that? Because like when they were setting up for dinner, he had like dogs that were standing up on their
Yeah, they
hind
were
legs,
just
like,
chilling on their hind legs, like serving them. I thought that was awesome.
So yeah, they head
It's a
down
little
to
creepy.
Mirkwood. Yeah, and then Gandalf is telling them about Mirkwood, like, hey, stay away from this. Bjorn's telling them also, like, hey, watch out for this. And the dwarves are just like, what did we get ourselves into?
I don't think I mentioned this, but I remember like internally laughing my ass off where when they get to Mirkwood, and this is like already touching chapter 8. So after we discuss this last point, Nick's gonna start reading the synopsis of chapter 8. But when they finally get to Mirkwood, Gandalf was like, remember to send your horses back. And they're like, okay, cool. What about you? And he goes, nah, see, I'm going. I'm keeping my horse. He'll understand.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I feel like they said that in like a way they're like, oh yeah, you're heading in Mirkwood with us. You're not leaving us, right? And he goes, no, I'm riding the horse back over to Bjorn's because I'm not going with you guys.
And then he's like, I'm gonna keep the horse too.
And the greatest part is that like Bjorn sent the bear to check like to like follow them just to make sure they sent those ponies back.
Dude, that's so. And oh my god, just imagine you're riding through the woods and all you see, because he didn't know it was a bear. He just looked to your left through the dense trees, like a little mist, like
trotting with you.
But like, okay, the trees here, you're on the path, you see the tree, and then they get darker and darker and darker and darker and darker. All of a sudden, this fucking is like, and bears run. The bears run.
I was imagining like the sound of their feet hitting the ground as they're running. Those are heavy. Those are heavy steps,
My
like,
God.
I'm surprised Bilbo didn't like shit himself right there.
He might have.
I would have. You kidding me?
So
I guess before we go into chapter 8.
Okay.
Got some trivia for you.
Okay, all right.
So, why did Gandalf have the dwarves come separately to meet Beorn? This is some easy questions.
Because Beorn gets irritated easily, and he wanted to ease him into like the entire party of dwarves.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a trivia for you.
Okay.
I didn't write this down because I forgot to prep for that.
Off the dome.
Off the dome. What did the Hobbit party eat for dinner? And what is Beorn's favorite snack?
Oh, that's tough. I had a picture. Okay, so it had something to do with they had, was it honey bread?
So from what I remember, they packed honey bread.
Okay. They had something like honey and like honey cream kind of.
Okay, so that's Beorn's favorite snack. What they had for dinner was like, I think it was like a really hearty vegetable stew.
Okay.
I remember stew, oddly enough. But the honey and cream. Let me tell you something about honey and cream, bro. I went to Denmark a few years ago now, and the best thing I had on that trip was berries and cream.
Berries and cream, berries.
I was singing that the entire fucking trip. It's literally, I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation because my buddy, he's learning Danish. His wife is Danish, and I told him, I was like, "Hey, I'm going to Denmark," and they're like, "Good luck." So the Danish word for this is, oh god, something like that. It's crazy.
What?
I don't know how to say it. I don't know. It's like something like that. It's awful. Not the food. The food is so good. It's like, you know what berry compote is?
No.
Okay, so let's say you go to like a DQ, right? And you get the strawberries and they're kind of like in that weirdy syrup.
Yeah.
Think of that, but not bullshit like artificial crap.
Like the real stuff.
It's like raspberries, strawberries, like other stuff. Because the way you make it is basically like you mash them up, you boil them in like sugar water, and you condense it. So you're almost making a jam, but it's a little thinner. That and just not whipped cream, heavy cream. It's so, dude, I went to the same place twice to get it. I went by myself the second day.
You're like, I'm going for seconds.
I did. And guess what? It's not like a stand like ice cream. I had to sit at a table and order through a menu. So good. They don't have ice in Denmark. I had to keep asking for ice in my water, man.
All right. So we end chapter 7 with them reaching the gate to Mirkwood. They had to send their ponies back, so now they gotta hold all their stuff by themselves. Gandalf's gone. Dipped out, just like he said he would. Now the dwarves and Bilbo are all by themselves. Alright? So, let's get into chapter 8 here. The dwarves enter Mirkwood and encounter the enchanted stream. Bomber falls asleep after falling in, and they struggle to hunt for. Lost and hungry, they stumble upon a feast of elves who vanish when approached. Bilbo is captured by a giant spider, but he escapes and frees the dwarves. He discovers the power of his ring and helps defeat the spiders. However, Thorin is captured by the wood elves and imprisoned.
Okay.
Ooh, man, this
is a super brief synopsis.
Yeah, but like this, I really like this chapter. Let's start off with how, again, the description of Mirkwood Forest really reminded me of Valheim's Black Forest, and I was like, I will play that game again.
So that's one thing that immediately stuck out to me is the way that it was described. Can you imagine? And so, like, for Potterheads, basically, Mirkwood Forest is like the Forbidden Forest, you know,
On steroids.
On steroids. It's so like I'm basing this off the movies. I've never read the books for Harry Potter because, we're here now. We know the reason. And it's getting a little chilly in here. I just did a little beep. And from the movies, the Forbidden Forest is roughly 10 to 15 feet between trees. I took this from the book. Imagine being out in open nature, no civilization. You're in a forest that is so dense, you feel like you're suffocating.
That is crazy to think about. So dense that it's blocking out the sunlight. Like, it gets so dark that it's funny when I read this because I was imagining it already before he said it. But I was imagining like the cartoons where it's like so dark you only see their eyeball.
So
in darkness.
It's beyond scary. I actually kind of in my mind referenced that to not the first scene, but the scene in Snow White, the original Snow White, where she escapes the evil queen, runs into the forest, and sees all the animals before she's rescued by the animals, but she sees like all the lights and like cries and shits herself and stuff like that. And I'm just like, the only thing I can compare that to through my own experience is actually my near-death experience, funny enough.
Near-death experience.
Remember when I almost drowned?
Oh, yeah.
So a little bit of background story for you lovelies out there. I, not to break my neck here, I'm a certified scuba diver. And what's up?
Couldn't be me.
No, Nick can't swim. He can. No, he can't. A little bit. So part of the certification is you have to take class hours. You have to complete a closed water certification, meaning you do a bunch of tests, all different stuff, and you do it in like a pool or something like that. Then you need to do the same thing, but in open water. So like in a lake, in the ocean, stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. So we get to the open water test. This is the last thing that I have to do in order to get my certification. My instructor, weird guy, by the way, super weird guy. He decides that we're taking the open water test in an abandoned rock quarry. Yeah.
You did tell me about this. I remember now.
Nick, I tell you not that when we were in the water, probably 20 feet below, I could not see my hand in front of my face because it was just full of mud and dirt and all that shit. It was probably the closest I've been to sensory deprivation.
Oof.
Now, the near-death experience, I'm just going to finish that story because I can't say it's a near-death experience and not tell you how I almost fucking died.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Keep going.
Is, so one of the last parts of the test is you have to do a full mask clear, which is basically you have to fill up your mask with water and clear it.
Dude, that already gives me like anxiety.
Right?
Like that.
I am still a child, and every time I go into a pool, I have to hold my nose.
How old were you here?
Like 15.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah. So
I would have punched my parents.
Well, so I'm in the water. Again, you can't see anything. I fill up my mask, immediately goes up my nose. I'm panicking. Now, you're not supposed to do this. Immediately is the first thing I did. You are not supposed to panic and go up because you will get the bends and it'll really mess you up.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be like, I got nitrogen on my skin, I got nitrogen on my blood.
Yeah, so I do that. I immediately go up. The instructor sees this, and to prevent this, holds me underwater. Now, I have water rushing through my nose, and in my panic, I lose my respirator. So now I'm really panicking. I can't breathe. I end up kicking him in the face and barely reach the top. and I did not go into the water or complete the certification for like maybe a year.
Oh, dude, that's full on trauma right there. You need a therapist.
Well, no, I did it. It was fine. I had a fucking, competent guy next to me when I did it in beautiful. I was in Key West, beautiful water, clear as fuck. From the boat, 45 feet down, I could see the bottom.
Damn.
Yep. I saw a lobster. I was chilling.
I saw a lobster. I was chilling.
So
oh my God.
that was my one reference for the Mirkwood Forest. That's how scary it is.
Yeah, I would say my closest reference was the time I went to a local like metro park, and we went there like after sundown. It was me and some friends in high school, and we decided to walk the trail a little bit. We had our flashlights on.
Okay.
These assholes decided. First of all, I'm the only POC in this group. In every horror movie scenario, I'm the first to die.
Oh, person of color. I was like, point of contact.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm the only person of color in this group.
Okay.
And if anything happened, I'm the first to get taken out, just from like every kind of horror movie scenario.
Not the thing.
Okay, probably not the thing.
Keith David is one of the last surviving members.
My only saving grace was I knew I was the fastest one in that group. I'm quick. I'm like a dwarf. I'm deadly at short distance.
We're built for sprinting and fighting.
Country, though.
No.
But these assholes, like one of them is like a huge horror movie buff, decided it'd be really funny to all turn their like flashlights off and run without me.
How does he, being a horror movie buff, fucking compare to that? What does that even do?
Because he thought it was fun. He thought it was like oh, this is gonna be like one of the scary movies I watch.
So in my head, the only thing it would be like, oh, they always run without lights on in scary movies. Let's see if we could do it. Not, let's just leave our friend. Like, what?
Dude, it was dark as fuck in those woods.
And that's at night. They're in there during the day.
Yeah, dude. I caught up to him, almost tackled. But yeah, like during the day, not being able to see, like he said he waved his hand in front of it. Bilbo said he waved his hand in front of his face.
And didn't see anything.
And he couldn't see his hand. Like that's how dark it was.
You only feel like the wind.
Oh no, dude, not even. He said that the air in there was stale.
Oh, that's being underground.
Right. And the dwarves, like he said, like the dwarves are used to this, but even then they were gloomy about this. Like they were like, I don't like this at all. And once their eyesight, adjusted to it, they were able to see a little bit more during the day, only a little bit more, but at night it got just as dark, like as when they first jumped in there. So
God, that's so terrifying.
You wouldn't catch me in these woods, dude.
Do you know? This is so. I don't know why I'm just gonna bring it down and be so sad, but this is just like. I'm immediately thinking of those poor people in the Titanic submarine. God. Fuck the billionaire asshole leader of that group.
A little off-brand, like, PlayStation.
Killed, remote. 7 people? Because he's like, at some point, safety is not our concern. All right. I'm going to get off my soapbox now. So, but... we get to the part of Mirkwood Forest where they start kind of like running out of food, running out of water, and all that shit. And if you do a callback to what one of the things Beorn says to them is, I don't think we mentioned this. He goes, "Do not, you're like, well, not that." He goes, "Do not drink from the Black River."
Oh yeah.
He's like, that's going to be the only water you find. It's going to be tempting. Do not touch it.
Yeah.
And
I was thinking of Gandalf's thing when he dipped out, he screamed back to the party. He's like, good luck on your journey. Do not stray off the path, because you will get lost in those woods.
Oh, and I remember in like reading the book, Gandalf, he even said like Gandalf had to have the final word. He's like, "Bye guys," and they're like, "Bye," and he's like, bye. And they're like, bye. Don't go off the path. And then just leaves.
Like they all shut up after they're like, what did he mean by that?
He goes, but why?
Backtracking just a little bit. They got my boy Bomber again, bro.
That's what I was gonna say. They keep leaving Bomber.
No, they keep calling this motherfucker fat.
Oh yes.
Wait, I'm not backtracking. I actually fast forward a little bit. Keep going.
Yeah. That's gonna bring us to like the situation with the river. So they finally get to the Black River, and the whole thing about the Black River is the reason you're not supposed to touch it is if you do. Hey, Dread, what's going on? I didn't see that you chatted. Nice to see you. But if you do touch the water, you go into a coma, basically.
Yeah.
You just fall asleep.
Dude, I panicked for them because I was like, oh shit, Bomber got like stuck in this, like he got stuck in the water. They were able to pull him out, but like he was like asleep. And they said he was asleep 6 days.
I need that.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So, like I could go for a coma right now. But like he was out for 6 days. And cool thing though is that the cure to that cursed water is fresh water, because it started raining, and when the water hit Bomber, he woke up. But he forgot everything about the entire journey. The last thing he remembered was being at Bilbo's Hobbit hole. Yeah. Could you imagine? That was months already.
Oh my! Can you? Yeah, like okay. News. This is gonna be my comparison. I bought my first house. It'll be a year almost, right? Can you imagine? I touch water, pass out for 4 days, and I'm like, so when are we going back to my parents' place? Oh, I own a house? Oh shit! Like,
yeah, like
I have a mortgage. What?
Also, during this, when it starts raining, right?
Where's Grandma? Oh, she died. That's right.
Yeah, like during this, it starts raining, and they're still gloomy because they're like, "Oh, we can't even get water out of this." These guys have zero survival instinct.
Just catch the fucking water.
Yeah, my first thought would be grab the biggest leaf you could find, make a funnel, and then put it into the water skin, because you need to get as much fresh water as you can, because you guys are dehydrated and you can survive more off of no food than no water.
Yeah, because you can only, it's what, like 4 or 5 days for water, but it's like a month for food.
I think it's like 2 weeks without food, and you can't survive more than a couple days without.
Yeah. And like it's just crazy because when they were trying to cross the river, basically so the way that they did it is Bilbo just happened to be able to spot a boat just chilling on the side of on the other side. So
he said it's about 12 yards.
I mean, 12 yards is not that far. That's how dark it is.
Yeah.
And what they were able to do was like hook it. Bilbo is like developing his character. They were able to hook the boat from complete darkness and drag it over.
Dude, Bilbo was in his bag. No pun intended. Like, he was in his bag this chapter because like he spotted the boat and then he guided them to get the boat.
Yep.
Like he's the most outspoken I've ever heard him in this book so far. He's like, all right, chuck it. And he's short. He goes, all right, reel it in, just a few feet more. And he chucks it a little too far. He goes, all right, pull it in slowly.
It's like that one guy in the group chat where it doesn't say anything, but as soon as you talk about a topic that he knows everything about, game over.
The savant, bro.
The savant, the idiot savant, which is both of us. I still haven't found out we're a savant of yet. But so the dwarves just ultimately, I feel like they need to chill out a little bit. They are... Yeah. We're not going to say like it's a bad thing, because this is why we love dwarves. They're so crazy. But in this circumstance, they really got to chill out because they're too fucking rowdy. They're
Yeah.
they're screaming, they're hollering all over the place. They're in the middle of the woods. They don't know what the hell is going on. And Bomber is finally in the boat. He's panicking because he can't swim. And they're like, hey, fat ass, don't rock the boat. And
and they make him go last too.
yeah. And then they're like, well, I don't, that's right. Some fucking like beast pulls up and
it was a white deer, I think. No, it was a deer.
Yeah, it was a deer. And what pissed me off was they wasted all of their arrows. They were freaking out about this deer, and they're like, that's why they have to chill out. And in the whole ruckus, causes Bomber to just fall on his ass into the water and get into a coma.
Yeah, and he's like fully deep in there. Like I think they said he has like one leg still on the land.
Didn't they say he was like 4 inches underwater?
Yeah, like they said that you could only see the top of his hood. I was like, oh no.
Oh, do you
see? I didn't catch in chapter 7 because Beorn warned what the water did. I think I didn't catch exactly what it did, so I was like, I really hope Bomber didn't just die here in the dumbest way possible.
I wrote down "Rip Bomber." But like, one, they cannot just be firing their last. First off, if you miss the first shot, the deer's gone. Stop firing the arrows. There's a quote from this movie did awful, but it's a favorite in my heart. It's from The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and this guy. It's a great movie, by the way. So we're going to reference back to movies now. It's about a combination of classic classic literature and piecing it together. So they have The Picture of Dorian Gray, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Dracula, Tom Sawyer, and shit like that. Their characters are mashed into one story. And the hunter, the main character, they're trying to hunt down Dr. Jekyll, not Mr. Hyde, same guy, just beefy. And he goes, if you can't hit him with one bullet, don't shoot at all. Because the hunter is like this old, you know how like back in the day it was like the hot shit to go hunting on safari for big game. Yeah, that was his character. Tom Sawyer was like back when the Secret Service was founded, they were kind of like agents and stuff like that. He was like a hothead Secret Service agent. So he was firing pew, 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 like that, like fucking revolvers all over the place. And the hunter's like, "Are you cool? You done?" Like so that's what really pissed me off. And then they just Bomber. Come on, man.
You're right. Like this like what I said, just zero survival instinct there. Just like wasted all their arrows. Now they can't even catch food if they need it. Like if they could, because there's not a lot of animals.
No.
They said they got it took them like 3 or 4 shots to get a squirrel.
And squirrels are nothing, man.
Yeah, and they said when they went to go eat it, it tasted terrible. So they were like, okay, no, on that.
I've had rabbit before. Rabbit's pretty fire, I'm not gonna lie.
I've always wanted to try rabbit. I haven't tried it yet.
I don't know if it was just the way they cooked it, but it was so tender.
But like, man, they just wasted all their arrows.
That part really just annoyed me because I'm like, guys, what are you like? I get it. I'm sure we have to be like put in their shoes, you know, survival situation. You see food, you overreact. You gotta have some you're adventurers, for God's sake.
Now that like altered mindset when you're super hungry kind of brings me into this point of I understand that for this, not really the arrows too much, because at some point you got to be like, you're clocking like, I keep missing, maybe I should stop shooting, right?
Yeah.
So here, you know, they keep going. Bomber was talking about this dream he had while in his coma about, you know, these like elven feast in the woods that looked just like the Mirkwood, and how there was like this elven king with like a crown of like leaves and stuff. And so they start seeing like these fires that are very close to what Bomber was talking about, and they're like, maybe we should like head out there and like see if we can beg for some food, right? And
Stay
they
on the
decide to
path.
stray off the path.
Yep.
Right. It's straight off the path to go to like this fire. They go in and immediately disappears. Like the elves are just like, ah! Get out of there. And at first I thought it was like the forest playing tricks on them, kind of like a mirage in the desert.
That's what I thought too. I literally wrote kind of like a mirage, actually.
Right. Like I think I wrote down like what was it? Fuck.
While you find that, I did want to point out one more thing about the river. Do you think since the water is magic, he would have drowned?
Yeah, I think he would have drowned.
Okay.
It's still water, but like it just knocked him out.
Okay.
So, yeah, what I wrote down was like either these elves are slippery as fuck, playing tricks on them, or the forest is fucking with the party to get them lost on purpose, right? So, turns out it was just that the elves were really slippery because it was like 3 times this happened. The first time, they stumbled in and they were like, poof, gone, right? The second time,
by the third time, they were freaking out trying to get the food.
Right, like Bilbo went in the second time, and before he could even get his ring on, he he stumbled in. They poofed out of there, and then they also put a spell on him to knock him out and make him go to sleep, but not like the Mirkwood, not like the murky water. This time, it was just like
a blackout. Yeah.
And then he still had these like dreams of like the
food, the party, and the elves.
Right, so they keep going, and the third time Thorin goes in, he gets knocked out, but everything goes like super dark, and they're like calling out each other's names. Bilbo gets like straight off like the group in general.
He's lost. He's like gone lost.
Yeah, he's like all by himself, and he's like looking for everybody. And that's when spiders show up. And I want you to say it. I want you to say how I'm right.
Oh, actually, so we know what we're talking about. The audience is about to hear this shit, and I am going to directly quote my notes for this one. Page 143. Sting mentioned ? Exclamation point. And I have the quote written down. He beat the creature off with his bare hands. It was trying to poison him to keep him quiet, as small spiders do to flies, until he remembered his sword and drew it out. Then the spider jumped back, and he had time to cut his legs loose. After that, it was his turn to attack. The spider evidently was not used to things that carried such stings at their sides, or it would have hurried away quicker. And then it is confirmed on the next page that Bilbo names his sword Sting.
Yep. Here's my direct direct note after reading
I hope it says,
"Oh shit, Sting."
I hope it says like, "Suck it, Chris."
Yeah, it says, "Oh shit, Sting! I knew it. I told you, you Cuban bastard."
I knew it, you Cuban bastard.
But yeah, dude, it's Sting, dude. Maybe he'll find out about the glowing thing later on, or maybe he puts that enchantment on it.
I don't know, and I'm kind of interested to see how it does, because I feel like it was already enchanted. I wonder if it was made during the Battle of the Rings, because they were fighting orcs.
Maybe because let me scroll back.
Chapter 2. Jesus Christ, Nick. But
I got excited.
I get excited. So, while he scrolls up to chapter 2, I just want to say that because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really write a whole lot of notes after from before the spiders to the end, because I was just in that shit.
I have to consciously tell myself to like write it down, write it down.
Yeah, so like the fact that Bilbo was like, they don't like being stung. I'm gonna call you Sting. That's like
Yeah,
me naming my toilet diarrhea or something.
I mean that's the same as I mean true, but it's the same as when like the goblins saw Orcrist and what's his the other
It was
name? I have
Bite,
it right.
wasn't it? It was
Uh,
Bite and like Goblin Hammer or Goblin Cleave.
Orcrist the Goblin Cleaver and Glamdring Foehammer. And so they said that those two blades were made in Gondolin during the Goblin Dwarf War. Now, yeah, like they never mentioned the origins of Sting, so maybe you're right where they made it during the Battle of Rings because they were fighting orcs at that
That's just the
time.
name that I'm calling it. I don't actually know what the name of that battle is.
I know we're just gonna rock with it right now until
Yeah.
we figure out the explanation. uh, but can we need to sign Bilbo to the MLB, at least to the Cleveland Guardians, because listen, that motherfucker was chucking rocks.
he Bilbo probably redeemed all of the bullshit that he's been spewing in this one scene.
Yeah.
Cut he was let me lay it out for you.
How many spiders did he take out?
There was like 40, right?
Yeah.
17? I don't
With a
know.
rock. With a rock.
He
Like
was
just chucking them.
chucking rocks. He was stabbing, slashing, climbing trees, cutting dwarves loose, and the fucking what is it called? The M. What is the major move? What do they call it when the MLB? No, what is that?
The was the special move.
No, like the most important play or something like that. He,
Oh, the MVP.
yeah, he takes the ring, dips out, appears behind them, like that. He's like, spiders. He was calling them spider slurs, which I was reading that and I'm like, I don't even know what that means. And they didn't, they were like, they did, what was it? I don't know. Let's just, I think it was tongue something. He's like, hey, split tongue. And they're like, spiders hated that name most of all.
Yeah, like it was a stupid name. So I was just
It wasn't like real slurs. It was just like
yeah.
you know, shaved beard, fuck you. And they're like, oh, great heavens.
Right. You know, this little guy's got he's got a cannon for an arm, and it's fitted with a sniper scope because he was accurate with it too. He's like,
dude, I can't throw
like,
for shit.
Me neither. I got terrible aim, but like he was nailing these spiders center of the head, like straight up David and Goliath.
But we also have to mention, like, these aren't like spiders. They're big spiders, like the eagles.
They're giant spiders.
Yeah.
You know, like so. Quick idea though.
Okay.
Because we've been talking about how we haven't been playing Super Mega Baseball 4 in a while.
Okay.
I think make a team based on this adventuring party and make Bilbo the pitcher.
Oh my God. That's a great idea.
Right? And then make like another team full of like spider themed or like orcs and goblins and stuff, and just have them kick ass.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So there's something that like I caught that I really liked. Because obviously, you know, Tolkien, like this is like the beginning of modern fantasy, like you said.
Yeah. Tolkien is widely regarded as like the godfather of fantasy.
Yeah, like he like these books were straight up like
sorry.
What?
I was going to say, I don't know if you're going to say the same thing that I wanted to write down, but I never did. But go ahead and let me see what you say.
Yeah, so like these books were straight up the inspiration for Dungeons and Dragons. Like the halflings used to be called hobbits until they got sued and they had to call them straight up halflings.
Did not know that. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And so what I thought was really cool was that they mentioned that hobbits, I think hobbits in general, but I don't know if it was just Bilbo, are lucky. And I think I remember that's one of the traits halflings have is luck. And I thought that was like a really cool thing, like that they brought into Dungeons and Dragons was like like because Bilbo's so lucky, they're like, hey, halflings are just lucky in general, and I just thought that was a really cool fun fact.
So that is really cool. The idea that I had in my head was the elves that they kept dipping out, which it's actually going to lead to the last bit of chapter 8 when we talk about this. The elves are described as wood elves, and that they're like, in the elf community, the less superior of the elves, because they're not fancy, they're not really highbrow.
Yeah, they didn't go to fairy.
They're like the southerners of elves, basically. And
yeah, what I wrote down for the wood elves is just like wood elves are just elves that didn't go to college.
They're just chill. They're like chiller elves. Yeah. But one thing, because there are wood elves in D&D. To me, however, it seemed like these elves were the birth of the druid class.
Ooh.
Because they were and Beorn, they were very druidy.
Yeah, because, Beorn had the wild shape, essentially.
Beorn had the wild shape. They were wearing, leaves and shit in their hair. They were throwing parties with animals and, in nature and stuff like that. And they were very secretive. So, is this the inspiration for the class of druid?
I like that. Of course, there's druid, there's mention of druids in, history itself. So that's maybe where the name came from. Yeah. They were druid shamans kind of thing. And
aren't those just hippies?
Essentially.
Okay.
That's what druids are in general, let's be honest.
Yeah, but druids have magic.
That's true. I mean, so do hippies, man.
No, magic. There's a difference between magic and performance enhancement drugs.
Okay, they're not performance enhancing drugs, okay? But I like that they mentioned deep elves and sea elves too, because I remember seeing sea elves on D&D Beyond when you're going down the different races and stuff. And the deep elves are essentially Loth, the Loth elves, dark elves.
Oh, Drow.
Yeah, Drow. So they're they're the ones that are kind of like dwarves, where they're more underground and stuff.
So I want to take a diversion from the world of Tolkien to the world of D&D really quickly, and voice an opinion.
What's
up? Before we do that, after this, we're going to touch on the last bit of chapter 8, which is them finally getting to the elves.
Yeah.
The new rules for D&D 5e of the 2024 Player's Handbook are fucking awful.
Really?
If you go to D&D Beyond, and this is my opinion, but I've read some Reddit shit, and a lot of people feel the same way. They took out dwarf sub-race stuff. A lot to just say all dwarves are basically the same. They took out feats. So you know how you had 30 to 40 feats available? You have 5 now. They took out a lot of the origins, stuff like that, your ability to make an origin. That is pretty they've basically minimalized D&D a lot. And a lot of DMs and professional DMs are completely disregarding the 2024 Player's Handbook.
I probably would too. Just go back to what's comfortable.
Because
what was it before then? 2023?
It was D&D 5e, which has been out for a decade.
Okay.
So
do you think they did this because of Baldur's Gate?
Well, here's the thing. Baldur's Gate is a complicated ass game.
Yeah.
And there are sub races in there. There are subclasses. There are, an incredible amount of feats that you can choose between, levels 4 and 6 and shit like that. And we finally, in my personal D&D campaign, we finally got to a level where we could choose a feat. I went in there and I was trying to find, maybe Armor Adept or something like that for my character Bubo. And there was like 4 feats, and I'm sitting there and I'm talking to my DM. I go, what the hell is this? I only have like 4 or 5 feats available. And she goes, you made the character with the 2024 rules, didn't you? And she's like, did you update him? I go, yeah, so that it could be, up to date. And she goes, they took a lot of shit out, and a lot of DMs apparently are not using the new rules.
Thanks for the heads up with my upcoming campaign that I'm trying to figure out.
That is my recommendation, is you disregard. Well, here's another thing. For anybody listening that plays D&D or that's interested in D&D, when you get to either DM or you get to play with somebody who's a DM, the worst possible thing you can do is be strict with D&D. Because, one, in the original handbook, when the game first came out, the DM rules were just listed as guidelines, basically. Because they're like, you do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, it's very like open range.
It's very open. So,
and you get heavily criticized if you go on the rails.
And there's not, like I said, there's nothing worse than playing with a DM that's A, not fun, but B, isn't creative in the sense of like leniency. Because all the games that I have played, homebrew is almost essential in the gameplay. Because for example, when we do homebrew, this isn't something like we created. It's just something that people do when they do homebrew.
Just house rules,
Yeah, if you get a nat 20 on like a certain roll, you're allowed to describe what you do, because that's like godly, just comes down, intervenes. You're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want. I remember. Go for it.
I was gonna say, the best thing you could hear your DM say is describe how you kill this.
Exactly. Person. And I remember one of the first times I played D&D, I was fighting a dragon with I was fighting a lion with a half orc, and I rolled a nat 20 on a hit and a nat 20 on I rolled a nat 20 on a hit, and then my damage was enough to kill it. So my DM goes, how do you kill it? And I'm like, I don't and he goes, how do you kill it? And I go, I punch it so hard in the face that it explodes.
Dude, it's the way that like the DMs are like, all right, you want to be flourishy with it? Now's your time to shine, dude. And you're like, oh hell, I think I got one once, and like it was just a grunt that I killed, and my DM's like, all right, how do you kill it? And I was just like, I was a ranger and I was using my bow the most. So what I did was like, I think I said I parried a sword, drop kicked him back, and while I was on the ground, I shot him in the face. And
that's sick.
Everybody was like, yo, that was sick.
And the most common meme is like,
and it's all in the head.
It's all in the guy. Well, wait, it may not always be. And that's where you get into like the cool DMs that are extreme about it, who build the models and shit like that, but are still like chill. Yeah. And oh man, I want a D&D table so fucking bad. I kind of regret buying the table. What?
So I'm trying to get Telspire on Steam.
Yeah, get it, bro. Okay, so we got to return back to.
We straight off the path.
We straight off the path. But if you stray off the path, you finally get to your destination, and that's what the party did. Is they somehow got to the elves, and what?
Great segue.
Hey.
That was awesome.
You were mouthing it, and I was like, is he trying to say transition? Like, there's no, I'm seeing an S. Like, what is that word? And then you finally, I don't know if you were saying it and the mic just didn't pick it up.
No, I didn't want to interrupt or like mention it.
No, but like, me trying to read what you said, I was like, what the fuck is he doing? I appreciate that. I don't even remember what the fuck I said. But they finally get to the elves, but not in an expected way. The elves kind of kidnap Thorin, who's the leader of the dwarves, and basically interrogate him. And I just know that Thorin was pulling some Gandalf shit, and was being a little cocky bitch about the way that he was answering, and I was loving it. Because basically, the Lord of the Wood Elves was just questioning him, saying like, why are you here? Where's your party? Blah, 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 blah. And Thorin's answer every time was, because we're starving. Why are you here? We're starving. What are you doing in the woods? We're looking for food because we're starving. Why are you asleep? I fell asleep because I was starving. Like,
oh no, the last one was, why were you in the woods in the first place? And he just didn't answer.
Yeah, literally, you're just like, bitch, I'm hungry.
Like, what do you think? But yeah, dude, when it was so funny because I had so many like actual reactions while reading this chapter because it was just so like jam-packed with great moments.
These last two chapters were probably the best in the book, and Bilbo was such a fucking badass this chapter.
Look what happens. Look what happens just like 1 second without Gandalf. Just like Bilbo's in his bag.
They don't need him.
No.
They don't need Gandalf. Gandalf's like, you know what? I'm back to this. Gandalf's a dick.
He is a dick, but you know, he was really good tutorial, like kind of like I would say, was it like he was really good at orientation for them to get them ready for this adventure, you know what I mean? So but when they realized that like Thorin wasn't there, they're like, where's Thorin? And then I was just like, where is Thorin? Wait. I just thought of my thing. I was like, I forgot about him too.
It isn't like, is Bilbo a part of the party too now, or is he still gone?
No, he's with them now.
So they're like, I'm gone. No, I'm back. Oh shit, where's Thorin?
Yeah, he's like, wait, where's Thorin? They're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh man. But all right. Last tidbits, like or final impressions of this chapter.
Okay.
For you.
For me, I was interested. Okay, one, I still believe that they're druids. I was interested to see why, or what was the cause of Bilbo's and Bomber's dreaming of what was happening. I want to know, like, magically, if it is magically, why they dreamt the same thing and why they dreamt what was happening there.
You know what? Maybe the wood elves are the ones who like cursed the water and made it like so murky because they don't want to be found. They want to be like left. Do you think
the wood? Sorry to completely cut you off.
No, keep going.
I was gonna say, do you think the wood elves are kind of like the classic haunted forest trope of don't go into the forest, people don't go out, it's haunted, you will die, but it's really just some like group of people that don't really want to be on the grid and like, yeah, if you want to stay with us, we're cool, we're really not dicks, the forest isn't haunted, it's just like guys like chilling here. Do you think it's like that?
Like they just want to be left alone for the most part,
and that's why the forest is like all dark and black and gloomy and like is scary just because they're like, we don't like people coming in, so it's not that it's bad, it's just we put that there.
Listen, nothing attracts like an adventure like a really pretty forest, and they're like, okay, we gotta make this shit as ugly as possible and as unwelcoming.
Can you imagine if the forest was like, it was chill forest in the front and then inside was got a little darker, saw some mushrooms, saw some glowing little lights?
Yeah, like if
you'd cream yourself.
Oh, I would. Now, if it was like, if on the outside it looked like a regular forest, looked very beautiful and everything, and as soon as they crossed in, it became very like unwelcoming, then I'd be like, okay, there's like evil magic here to lure you in and kill you. I feel like the wood elves made it so that it's uninhabitable on the outside and the inside, just to be left alone. They want to be like don't come in here, please.
I hear what you're saying completely. Yet I'm distracted by something that I see. Please tell me if I'm right about this. You've been eating hot Cheetos or fries recently, haven't you?
Yeah. I've been using my hands a lot today. like in talking. So Chris sees my stained hands.
His fingertip. So for background, if you've seen his streams, he has an orange light in the background. My God, is it enhancing just the orange stained fingertips that he has?
See the difference between my left hand and my right hand?
Because I was looking at your right hand or your left hand, I'm just like, that's fine. And I looked at your right hand, I'm like, he's been tipping.
The faint red.
Where you just like suck off the Cheeto dust?
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, what was your final tidbit for chapter 8?
Dude, I really fucked with this chapter big time.
Yeah, I know you. I felt that you did in the Force.
Oh yeah, like again, Bilbo went bonkers. He was going crazy. They kind of proved that they didn't need Gandalf there anymore. They kind of showed that they know how to fend for themselves for the most part. Because once they rallied, once like Bilbo saved them, and they rallied, they really did fight back against those spiders as best they could while being poisoned and famished.
Because the dwarves were like doing the rugby push with themselves.
Right. Good ass rock on there.
And then Bilbo was like, bamfing back and forth.
Yeah.
That's a Nightcrawler term.
Like, yeah. They're adding him at the Marvel Rivals soon. My new DPS, man. But like now I'm wondering, because Thorin's with the Wood Elves right now. He's got some food. He's kind of good, right? He's way better off than how the party is.
Right yeah, that's another thing. He's prisoner now, and it's like he's a 5-star hotel. They're starving, and he's being fed.
Right, like they're because they mentioned like the Wood Elves aren't like the goblins. They're not going to treat him bad. They said they keep him alive because they still want to interrogate him. And what the Elf King was like, he's like, even if we had to hold him here for another 100, and I'm just like, so he gets to just chill out there, like, and eat and be
it's like cool, being sent to prison in Sweden.
Exactly. So
it's sleepaway camp.
So now I'm wondering how the party's gonna find Thorin and get out of this forest. Well, for the most part, just get out of the forest in general while being dehydrated and starving.
I bet they're
recovering from this battle.
Yeah, I bet they're gonna link up with the Wood Elf druids, be imprisoned, fed. Then they're gonna be like, we got trapped in the forest. The Wood Elves are gonna be like, oh, we did that shit. You can go. Right. We'll show you the way out and then feed you.
Exactly.
It'll be this. It's literally. You know what it's turning into? It's turning into my same theory about The Walking Dead and how it's such a shitty show. About every season, it's the same goddamn recipe where they get kicked out in the last season. They gotta find a new home. They see some big baddie warlord. A main character or two dies. They get to save the town and then they gotta leave again. The same shit's happening now. They intrude on somebody's business. They get kidnapped. Maybe it looks like they're gonna die, but then they get sent off with food.
But unpopular opinion between the two of us, it's still a good watch.
What, The Walking Dead? Fuck off, dude. I'm so done with The Walking Dead. I've been done. I have seen seasons 1 through 3 like 5 times. I'm so done. It's such a bad show. And like, it's no discredit to the actors or anything like that. But god damn it, give me something new.
Yeah. But all right. I'm gonna give you one more trivia question.
All right, okay.
What did Bilbo name his dagger and why? I got this big shitting ass grin right now.
His dagger? You mean the sword?
Yeah. Well, it's an elven dagger, but for him it's a sword.
Sting.
And why?
Because
hear you say it again.
Because he stung the spiders?
Yeah, because it's his stinger.
You tripped me up with that because I thought it's like the obvious question.
Oh yeah,
because like, I thought he had like a dagger along with Sting. I'm like, does he have a dagger? Shit, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, let me think of the trivia for you.
Occam's razor is when it's the simplest answer.
That's the real name for Sting?
Oh, no. Occam's razor is like the philosophical principle of when you're asked a question and the simplest answer is the right one.
Oh, like, why is the ocean blue? And you're like, because it's water?
Right.
Which is actually accurate because red light is absorbed by water. So that's why the ocean appears blue.
Glass is actually green.
I haven't heard that glass is green. I heard that mirrors were green.
I think it's both, because when you put a bunch of glass panes, if you put a bunch of glass panes like next to each other,
it's like a green, yeah.
I love that fun fact, Loki. Oh wait, I got another fun fact. Wait, let me.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite fun facts. Is so you know how when it rains, it has that particular smell.
Yeah, like just like moist.
Yeah. So the reason for that smell is because there's bacteria trapped in the ground, and when it rains, the water fills up those spaces in the ground and pushes the bacteria up in the air. That's what we're smelling. It's like the smell of the ground and the bacteria that was trapped in there.
So like mildewy.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
It's got that like nice smell to it. I love the smell of rain. Like, I love when it starts raining and it's like nice.
Hell, you know what? Why don't we just leave it off on that? I don't even have another trivia for you.
You know, leave it off on a good note. I'm really excited to see chapter 9.
On Nick talking about rain. Oh boy, but yeah, man. Chapter 9 and 10. I'm excited.
I'm not gonna lie, just based on like the name, the title of this chapter, I was really expecting Shelob to show up. You know,
that's
the giant
right,
spider.
Yeah.
So I was low-key expecting her to show up, low-key, because of those giant spiders, but nothing.
What about Aragog? One of my favorite things about the Harry Potter movie is when Harry Potter was high off that like luck potion. He's like,
oh my god, dude,
Aragog. Yeah, he's got little pincers.
I love the one where he's like, when he's like headed to Hagrid's and like this new potion master, I forgot his name. Starts.
He goes, oh no, it's like, fuck, it's god damn it, no, Slughorn.
So he's like off to Hagrid's and
Harry
Slughorn's like, hey,
sir.
he's like Harry, you can't go out at night. He's like, sir, you can come with me if you like.
He goes, then why didn't you come with me? Then I would be accompanied or whatever the fuck. Like,
oh my god, those movies are great.
Oh. Oh my god. Alrighty, everybody. That is the end of episode 8 divided by 2. 4. I have a formula now. I'm confident saying these are the best chapters we've read so far.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing like reading the first chapters and seeing like the Shire. It's the same thing when you see the Fellowship. Oh, you just love watching the Shire. But it's like watching Return of the King.
Yeah, the Shire is like the picture of the really nice looking cake, and then these parts are like the fudge on the inside.
Yeah,
like the lava cakes. You know?
I thought you were gonna say ice cream. I'm like, I don't like ice cream cake.
No, the lava cake.
You take a spoonful of ganache and put it in the cake so that when you cut it open, it melts.
It's called pound cake because you can fuck it. Okay, on that we should.
Oh my god, dude, I forgot about it. People call it pound cake because you put a pound of the ingredient. It's called pound cake because you can fuck it.
Oh my god.
All right. Everybody, remember, read chapter 9 and 10. We'll see you next Monday. Have a fantastic night.
Don't stray off the path.
Don't stray off the path. Otherwise, I'll make a great transition and I won't hear it.
All right, peace out.
Bye.